Welcome to this beginner's Pilates workout. You can also try this in the morning if that's when you prefer to exercise, or in the evening as a gentle way to wind down. So let's begin by lying on your back with your knees bent. Your feet will be hip distance apart, and you can place a small pillow or a thin block under your head if that's comfortable for your neck. Place your hands on your rib cage. Gently breathe in, allowing your ribs to expand into your hands. Breathe wide and low into the back and the sides of your body. Breathe out through your mouth, eliminating any tension in your neck and your shoulders. Just gently try this again. Deep breath in through your nose, out through the mouth. Then place your hands onto your lower abdominals. And again, breathe in through your nose, expanding your ribs. And then breathe out through your mouth and gently feel your abdominals drawing down away from your hands and towards your lower back, without gripping or pressing your back into the mat. Then you're gently going to reach your arms up towards the ceiling, and your palms are going to face one another. You're going to scissor the arms, one behind, one down by your side. Just gently mobilizing your shoulders, breathing comfortably in through your nose and out through the mouth. We'll do this 6 times. And then just gently allowing your arms to relax back down by your sides. Let's lift your right leg up now to a tabletop position, a nice 90-degree bend at your knee. Gently extend your right leg out on the diagonal. As you do so gently, just feeling your abdominals gently drawing down again towards your lower back, but there's no tension in your neck or shoulders. Keeping your leg then bent at 90, just gently tap the foot slightly down and away towards the floor. Again, keeping that knee bent at 90 degrees. And then placing that foot back, picking up your left leg, again extending out on that diagonal, reaching it away. Try that twice more. And last one, coming back in, tapping that foot down now, again keeping it bent at 90 degrees. We'll go 5 more. Let's go for 4. Little tap away, reaching down, feeling abs flattening. 2, and then last time 1, all the way down to the floor. Now a little balance challenge, a little coordination challenge. Let's have one arm and the opposite leg lifted. And then you're going to reach the arm behind you and straighten the right leg. Again on the diagonal, without allowing any twisting or movement in your pelvis. And again, just trying that, reaching it out as you breathe out gently. And then you're going to move the arm to the side and kick the leg out to the side, keeping that opposite hip nice and still and the knee pointing towards the ceiling. So again, not wobbling at the pelvis. And then release the arm and leg. Let's try that on the other side. Again, left leg, right arm, and extend away from your midline. Reaching strong through the shoulder, the hip. Knee extends the leg. Let's go for 3. Exhale for 2. And last one. Hold it now. Reach the arm to the right, kicking the left leg out to the side. Again, nice movement of those shoulders, the hip. Reaching it out, 2 and 1, coming back into center and releasing the arm and the leg back. Take a breath in here as you exhale, raise the right leg again. You're just going to circle into that right hip. You might find it better to place your hands onto your hips here, just so you can get an idea of your stability through the pelvis. You're not wobbling from side to side. Then change the direction of that leg circle. 2 and 3, 4, 2 more. And last one, come into center, placing that foot down. Let's do that with your left leg. Again, folding the knee at 90-degree bend. little circles in that hip. Think of the thigh bone stirring in that hip socket. Shoulders nice and relaxed. And then change the direction for 6 and 5, 4, 3. Go for 2 and 1. Back into center. And then resting that leg down. Let's reach the arms up, breathing in. As you exhale, wrap the arms across the chest. Give yourself a nice stretch for that mid-back. Breathe in, open the arms, and try and cross the other arm over the top. And again, you can relax the arms down by your sides. I'm going to turn over onto our sides now. So think if your spine is nice and straight, you can almost line it up with the back edge of your mat. Your hips are stacked, one on top of the other, your knees and your feet. Just place your top hand on top of your hip, keeping it nice and stable. You're going to straighten out the top leg, gently lift it up and lower. Really working the outside of our hip, our glutes, nice and stable through the whole side of our bodies. Then you're going to bend the knees, stack the feet on top of one another and open the knees towards the ceiling. So again, really working to the outside of that right hip. Try not to roll that hip back. Once the leg is there, tap the foot forward and back. Behind you to the floor, in front of you to the floor. Keeping the knee pointing to the ceiling. Close those knees down. Take the top arm up, stretch over the head, stretching that whole top side. Let's try that on the other side. So again, make sure you're lined up. Hips one on top of the other, knees and feet. Hand on top of your hip. And then straightening out that top leg, lifting the leg up and down. Easy up, lower it down. Lift, pointing straight leg up to the ceiling. Hips staying stacked, one on top of the other. Bend the knees, feet together, open the top knee to the ceiling. Really rotate that thigh bone in the hip socket. 2, and last 1. Now from here, take the foot, tap it in front, tap it behind, in front and behind, keeping the knee pointing to the ceiling the whole time you're doing this, really getting into the outside of that hip. Top arm lifts. And then good stretch over the head to stretch that whole top side once again. Let's have you coming back now to lie onto your back. Again, your feet will be hip distance apart. Nothing under your head this time. So your head is just flat down on the mat. Hands can rest on your pelvis just to check that your pelvis is level, not crunching into the mat, not arching too far away. Take a big deep breath in through your nose, and you're going to roll the hips up into your hip rolls. Exhale, slowly rolling down one vertebra at a time. Thinking of trying to peel your spine off the mat. And then again, rolling down one vertebra at a time. Exhale to lift, smooth lift. And this one, you're going to stay at the top with the hips nice and high. And then see if you can lift your heels off the ground. You're up onto your tiptoes and then lower the heels. Really working into those feet, ankles, calves. Trying to keep your bottom high and still. And from here, stay on the toes and then open out the knees. You get a little squeeze into those glutes. Open the knees, bring them back to parallel, hip distance apart. Opening and closing. And then slowly rolling down, staying on your toes, lower the heels at the bottom. You're going to roll up once more. Again, lift the heels and squeeze those knees out and together, out and together. Let's go 3. Squeeze them out, 2. Last 1. Back into center and smoothly roll all the way just before you touch the mat, and then lift the hips back up. So lower and lift, like a little press up here for your bottom. Straight up, straight down. You're still on your toes. And then roll all the way to the floor. Feel those glutes. Reach the arms up now and roll the hips up and then roll back down. If you prefer to keep your arms down, you can, but this just gives you a little bit more work for those glutes with your arms raised. Feet can stay flat, or of course you can still lift your heels again for that little extra challenge if you wish. Rolling up and smooth roll down once you've lowered the arms and release your pelvis back to neutral. Let's hug one knee in, straighten the other leg out. Little stretch for the hip gently through lower back, pull the other knee in and straighten the other leg out along the mat. And then from here, when you're ready, let's have you going over onto your hands and your knees, into your 4-point kneeling position. Your hands here will be underneath your shoulders, knees will be under the hip. Feet can be hip distance apart. You're going up into your cat stretch. Try and flex your spine evenly from your tail to your head as you exhale. And then inhale to release back to neutral, looking slightly up and forward to the top edge of your mat. Round your spine and release back to neutral. Now reach one arm, fingers down to the floor, other arm. Little balance challenge, just taking the arm off the mat, reach forward. And again, reaching forward and back. Now we're going to do that with our leg. Extend one leg, bend the knee and just bring it, tuck it back under the hip. 2, under the hip. 3, and last one. Knee goes back down, another leg extends out, reach. Creating a nice straight line from top of the head down to your toes, and then knee back under the hip. 2, and 1, and then back to the floor. Now, a little coordination and balance challenge again. Opposite arm and leg at the same time. Tuck the knee in, reach the opposite arm. Try to breathe out as you extend the arm and the leg. Bring it back and in. Arm and leg. Hold it if you can at the end for a big deep breath to test your balance. And then bringing the knee and the hand back to the floor. All right, let's try the other side. So opposite arm and leg, other side. Extend the arm. Bring the knee under the hand back to the floor and extend. Inhale in, exhale out. And again, little reach with the arm and the leg, hold. And on this one, extend the leg and arm and see if you can stay there. Big deep breath in and out. Good balance. Bring the knee and the hand back to the mat. Under control. Flex your spine. One more big cat stretch. Keep in the cat stretch. Sit back to heels. And rest your head towards the mat. Deep breath in and out. You're going to come down to lie on your tummy now. Hands will be about mat width apart. Same with your feet. Resting your forehead down and gently lifting your upper body up, keeping your bottom rib down in contact with the floor. So you're not lifting too high. Just think of a nice, almost ski slope from the tailbone to the top of the head. As you exhale, try and lift, pushing gently down with the top arch of your feet and your palms. And opening out through the collarbones. Think of those collarbones widening. Reaching out to the sides. A little bit of work into the upper mid-back. Nice long neck. And again, lifting up. Gently lowering the forehead back down. You're going to reach the arms down to the sides, palms facing the floor, and come into a little hover. Float the arms up and lower everything back down. Try and breathe out to lift up. Inhale to lower. Exhale, little lift with the head, float the arms. Gently lower down. Little dart shape you're trying to create with your body from the top of the head to your toes. Lift. And releasing back down. Well done. Gently give your back a little rest. Sit back to your heels. And again, resting your forehead to the mat. You can always come to lie on your back and hug your knees in towards the chest, if that's preferable for you. Let's come to sit now in what we call a mermaid sitting position. If that's uncomfortable, you can sit cross-legged or sit up against the chair. You're going to reach the arm over the head to stretch out the whole side of your body. Inhaling to release. Exhale, go into a nice side bend. And release the arms. And again, exhale up and over the head. And release. On this one, we're going to add a little twist. You reach over, you turn the chest, the shoulders, collarbones to look down towards the floor. Back to face this way and then coming back up to sit tall. Let's turn those legs around. And we'll try that on the other side. You're going to raise the arm up, overhead, side bend. And release. And exhale over. Inhale one more time here before we add that twist. And release. Now let's reach the arm over. Add that twist again. Turn. See if you feel a difference between one side of your body and the other. Back to face forward. And up. You can stay sitting in that position or swing your legs around to sit cross-legged. We're just going to shrug the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, release it with a nice big deep breath out. Inhale up. Exhale to release. Let's big stretch overhead. And release. One more time. Big inhale, take the arms. Exhale to finish. Thank you so much for joining me for this gentle Pilates workout. And I'll see you again in the next one.